Yeah, what's up, guys? I've been really busy this week, so there's not gonna be a post-episode review for episode 2, but for episode 3 there'll be one. But in this video, I mainly want to talk about Two-Bit and Lauren and the possible connection there. And what I mean by that is, some of you may remember, some of you may have forgotten, but in episode 8, you go back to episode 8 of season 1 of book 2. It was the parents' weekend, so parents were with their kids a lot. They were in class with their kids, seeing how they study, seeing how their courses are going, seeing how they're doing in the in Stanfield in the uni. Well, obviously uni for my American viewers, uni is just college. So yeah, that's what parents were there for. It's parents' weekend basically, and Two-Bit now came to Stanfield because he made an arrangement with Ghost, and the arrangement was that if Two-Bit kills Dre, he would take care of his family and take care of him. But obviously, before Dre died, so before Two-Bit took care of Dre, before Two-Bit took him out, Ghost obviously got killed by Tariq. Ghost of the Ring being killed by Tariq. And so now Two-Bit basically coming to Stanfield now because Ghost is dead. The only other person you can come to now is Tariq for money. Because Ghost couldn't keep his end of the deal. Obviously he can't because he's dead. So now he's come to Tariq for the money. So that explains that. And now Two-Bit's at Stanfield now, and he sees Lauren pretty much 10 meters or so away from him. He sees Lauren, and he walks up to Lauren, basically. He walks up to Lauren, and he says, "Oh, do you know where the student dorms are?" And Lauren says, "Oh, they're over there on the right-hand side. Go straight and to the right," something like that. And Lauren says, "Oh, you look young to be a parent. Who are you here for?" Two-Bit lies to Lauren, says to her that he's Tariq's big cousin. That he's Tariq's big cousin. And Lauren's like, "Oh, Tariq St. Patrick." And Lauren's parents are like, "Oh yeah, we all know Tariq." And then Lauren basically says, explains further where the student rooms are, where Tariq's room is. And then Two-Bit says, "Oh, don't tell Tariq that I'm coming here and that I'm here. It's a surprise." Lauren says, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's cool. I won't tell him." Obviously, Two-Bit was lying, saying that he's Tariq's cousin. They're not related. He's just saying that so that Lauren tells him where the room is. And so now Two-Bit goes to the room. Two-Bit goes to the room. He knocks on the door. Tariq opens it. He says, "You know who I am?" And he puts his hands on Tariq, basically pushing him against the wall with his elbow, and yeah, basically threatens him. And Tariq is looking so scared. Like Tariq's looking head of shook. Now, just look at that guy's face. Like, he looks shook. He looked really shook. So he looks shook, and yeah, Two-Bit pretty much points the gun in his head. Two-Bit points the gun in his head, threatens him for money. He says, "Your first payment is 24K. If you don't give that, you're dead." Tariq's looking all scared. And Two-Bit basically says, "Oh, relax, though, relax." After pretty much threatening his life, he's telling him to relax. That was pretty funny, I found. And Two-Bit pretty much he puts his number on Tariq's phone, and he puts the peace emoji, which I thought was hilarious. Putting the peace emoji on his phone as well. That took me out. That was too funny. And yeah, he puts the peace emoji and puts his number into Tariq's phone. He says, "When you call, when I call you, pick up the phone." That's what he says to him. And he pretty much leaves the room. And Tariq pretty much has to come up with some plan with Effie to sell products so he can pay Two-Bit. Obviously, he doesn't tell Effie that he's paying him, that he's gonna use the money to pay Two-Bit. Doesn't want to tell Effie any of that kind of business. But yeah, anyway, now coming back to the connections. The main point in this video now, that was just a recap of what happened, of how Two-Bit met Lauren. Now I'm going to be talking about the possible connection there. And this kind of links into my other video where I spoke about how Lauren could find out the truth. I mean, when I spoke about the aftermath of what happens when Lauren finds out the truth, because she will eventually. The truth always comes out in power. Well, usually comes out in power, because she will eventually. And basically, I gave my predictions on what I think will happen when Lauren finds out the truth. I spoke about that in that video. I'm going to put the link to that video in the description below if you haven't checked it out. But yeah, check out that video as well. But this is somewhat similar to that. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the possible connection between Two-Bit and Lauren now. I've already done my recap of how Two-Bit met Lauren. But now I'm going to get onto the main focus of the video, which is how the connection can happen between Two-Bit and Lauren. what I mainly want to say is, my point is that they wouldn't make the writers, they wouldn't make 2-Bit meet Lauren for no reason, because out of all the students he could have met when he was at Stansfield, obviously, why would they make him meet Lauren and ask Lauren for where Tariq's room is? Because I think they're gonna, like, something's gonna happen with that again in season 2. And at the same time as well, 2-Bit has not come back to collect. He hasn't. And why would they make 2-Bit meet Lauren? Like, no power dialogue or no power scene is done in vain. None of them are. So I'm thinking, when 2-Bit comes back to collect, perhaps, I think there's multiple ways this could play out. One way this could play out is 2-Bit, Lauren sees 2-Bit at Stansfield, and then she comes up to him saying, "Oh yeah, you're Tariq's cousin, right? You're Tariq's cousin, right?" And she maybe sees 2-Bit put hands on Tariq for not paying, or she sees 2-Bit give Tariq or maybe she sees Tariq give 2-Bit money, or she sees Tariq give 2-Bit product, or she sees Tariq give 2-Bit, I don't know, a gun or something like that, and then she becomes growingly suspicious because of it. And maybe she confronts Tariq about it, saying that, "Oh, I saw your cousin," and then Tariq obviously doesn't know that Lauren thinks that 2-Bit and Tariq are cousins, if that makes sense. Lauren doesn't know that. So that's possibly one way it could play out. Another way is maybe after Lauren may see 2-Bit and Tariq interact, and then she might ask Tariq, "Oh, like, how's your cousin doing? Or what's up with your cousin?" And then Tariq might not know that she's talking about 2-Bit. And because Tariq might not know that Lauren's talking about 2-Bit, that may make Lauren increasingly suspicious and thinking, who is this guy that's claiming to be your cousin? Is he really your cousin? If he's your cousin, then how come you didn't know who I was talking about? Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So either way, however it plays out, I think Lauren's gonna see 2-Bit again. Whether she speaks to him or not, again, I don't know. But I think Lauren's gonna see 2-Bit again. And that might play a part into how Lauren finds out that Tariq sells product and that he kills people, etc. Like, that might play a part into how Lauren finds that out. Because they wouldn't make 2-Bit meet Lauren for no reason. So I think whenever Lauren finds out that Tariq sells product, whenever she finds out, I think 2-Bit being around is going to play somewhat of a part in that. I'm not saying 2-Bit's going to tell Lauren that, "Oh yeah, Tariq sells product." I'm not saying it's going to play out like that. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. All I'm saying is that Lauren's going to see 2-Bit again. Do you know what I mean? And then from that, 2-Bit is going to do something, whether that put hands on Tariq or Tariq gives 2-Bit money or something like that. That's going to make Lauren suspicious. And yeah, so that's going to play that's somewhat going to play a part. Lauren seeing 2-Bit again, or interacting with 2-Bit again, or speaking to him again, is going to play a part into how Lauren finds out that Tariq sells product and that he's killed people. That's the main point of what I'm trying to say. So I hope the way I've explained it kind of makes sense now. Another thing that might play a part into how Lauren finds out is the spot. What do I mean when I say the spot? Last episode, when Lauren and Tariq went up to that place, where it was some discreet place in Stansfield, and only Lauren and her brother, and obviously now Tariq, know about that place. Obviously, Lauren showed it to Tariq, and they end up kissing in that place, and then Lauren ends up leaving. After that, now Tariq basically texts Diana saying, "Oh, I know a spot where we can hide the product." And I'm thinking, Tariq's going to use that same spot to hide some of his product, which is a terrible idea, I think, because Lauren knows about that spot. You don't know she's going to come back to that spot again. So why would you hide the product in that spot, in that same spot? And that also could play a part into how Lauren finds out that Tariq sells product, because she might go back to that spot for whatever reason, and then she might see Tariq's product, and then she might see product there, and she's going to put 2 and 2 together and think, this must be Tariq's, because who else knows about the spot? But the only people that know about it are Lauren, her brother. It can't be her brother, because her brother's not even in town, and Tariq. So she's going to think, it's probably Tariq. So I think that's also going to play a part, as well as the whole 2-bit thing, which I explained. I think that's also going to play a part into how Lauren finds out that Tariq sells product and all that other stuff about him. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this video. And also give your thoughts in the comment section on everything I've said in the video, and 2-bit and Lauren, if you think they're gonna meet up again or anything like that. And everything I said in the video, if you agree, if you disagree, and also give your thoughts on Lauren and anything that I've not mentioned that you want to mention about Lauren and how she'll find out. Put it in the comments section below, because the more people that I can interact with in the comments as well and talk about the show, the better. Well, yeah, that's it for this video, and until next time. And give it a like if you've liked it as well, and subscribe to the channel.